Can we just talk about how weird the premise to Moonwalker on Sega Genesis is? That's a weird phrase to say. Genesis is? Can we just talk about how weird the premise to Moonwalker on Sega Genesis is? Okay, so if you're not familiar with the game, it's pretty much a platformy beat 'em up kind of game, not anything too wild for the time it came out. The game's actually really fun, and the music is great, which should be no surprise when you have Michael Jackson working on the game. Now, here's the part that gets a little weird. The game is centered around Michael Jackson rescuing kids. They're all hidden throughout the levels, and you just go around saving kids, which is ordinarily wouldn't sound too weird, but considering that 3 short years after this game came out, the first of many sexual allegations surfaced. Now, I respect Michael Jackson's music, and I understand that his upbringing was far from ordinary. I'm not setting out to tarnish his legacy. I just can't believe there's a game on Sega Genesis where you get to play as Michael Jackson and you're rescuing kids. There's all sorts of directions they could have taken this game in. I love that they have him in a swaggy ass white suit and his attacks are magic because Michael Jackson knew how magical he was. This would be the coolest legacy to leave behind ever. Way better than Shaq Fu. If only it weren't for the premise of him running around grabbing a bunch of kids. I mean, the jokes write themselves here. I'm just stunned by the irony. Wait just a goddamn second. Is this a game based off a movie? Okay, so Michael Jackson's Moonwalker is actually a movie licensed title. Okay, so now I have to say that Michael Jackson's Moonwalker is one of the best movie licensed titles on Genesis. What a total mind effort. Actually, I can't really think of another movie tie-in game that I liked other than Aladdin. Sorry, Disney's Aladdin. I feel the need to clarify there because they seem like the type of people who would get upset if I didn't clarify. So Moonwalker comes out on Sega Genesis in 1990, and it's based off the movie Moonwalker from 1988, which apparently isn't so much a movie as it is an anthology of long-form music videos. Michael Jackson, he was a weird dude. He tried to raise the stakes of everything he did, so I guess I can't be too surprised to find out he did a movie that was really a bunch of music videos strung together. Apparently there's a version of this game on all sorts of different consoles. I didn't even know that. Shit, I was gonna point out how weird it was that Michael Jackson had a goddamn video game about stealing kids back from a man who stole them, only to start learning all kinds of new stuff about the guy. Apparently, the other games are all pretty different, so I'm glad that the Genesis version is the one I'm aware of, because fuck if the other ones don't look like a hot bottle of piss with no lid on them. Guess who plays the bad guy in the movie stealing all the kids? I'll give you a second. Joe Pesci. His name's Mr. Big, which is ironic because the guy's 5'4", soaking wet. The guy's got 7 inches on Danny DeVito, and one of them's in his pants. The guy's small, that's all I'm saying here. So for his character to be named Mr. Big, it's ridiculous. That'd be like his character in Home Alone being named fucking Harry Good at Stealing. I don't know. Apparently his last name in Home Alone is Lime, spelled the Y, as in, why are you telling me this? Well, you see, when Joe Pesci was 25 years old, he thought it'd be appropriate to name an album he released Little Joe Sure Can Sing. Which when you hear that title, you think it's an 8-year-old Joe Pesci is going to come out and sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star or some shit, only to turn around and see he was a grown-ass man by the time the album came out, and I gotta tell you, should have named the album Little Joe Sure Should Shut the Fuck Up. Michael Jackson has 13 Grammys, Joe Pesci sold 13 copies. If I met Joe Pesci in person, I'd shake his hand because I respect him as an actor, but if he started singing, I'd punch him in the throat. And that's not a threat, that's a promise, little Joe. Moonwalker, the game, has pretty solid reviews. GameSpot even put it in the Hall of the Greatest Games of All Time, which is pretty much your mother putting your macaroni out on the refrigerator door, then eventually tucking it away for you to dig it out in a shoebox a decade after she's passed and say, hey, that sure was some art that I did. IGN gave it a 4.5 out of 10, but I'm pretty sure they also gave Skyward Sword 10 out of 10, and I never played that game to contest that score. That all being said, Moonwalker is a strange but awesome Shaq Fu. Sorry, something got stuck in my shack. My throat. That's pretty Shaq. What? Why does it keep happening? God! Next time I'm playing Shaq Fu. I actually have a lot of fond memories of this game from whenever I was a kid. It sort of came into my life at a time where I wasn't actually getting new games, and we weren't going to like flea market and stuff to get old Genesis games. I still had my Genesis and my Nintendo 64 and my Super Nintendo and all that, but this was at a point in time where we started discovering emulation thanks to the wonderful power of the internet, and it just wasn't a game I ever owned physically. I definitely remember seeing it. I've held the box in my hand and I was like, what is this? Like, you know, actually a fun fact, I heard Eat It well before I ever heard Beat It, and I actually found out about Michael Jackson's music because I was humming Eat It to myself, and one of my teachers started talking to me about Michael Jackson's music, and as a child I just laughed because they were wrong. Like, that's not, who the heck is that? That's Weird Al Yankovic's song. Why are you trying to talk to me and tell me it's somebody else's song, you dummy? Anyways, this has been Super Play. If you've been wondering what I've been doing for the past, I don't know how many years it's been since I made a meme and put it on this channel. If you wonder what I've been doing lately, a whole lot of nothing, to be honest. I'm making music now. I guess I'll put a link to that in the description. If you are interested in rap music at all, or music from some guy who just makes dumb memes, I guess you can check that out. Other than that, I've really got nothing else going on, so I decided to dig this old script out of the crypt here of my Google Docs drive and see if I didn't actually want to make this video finally, because I've had this script written for several years. The script for this episode was originally written in February of 2019, if that gives you any idea. Obviously, I replayed the game and wrote some different parts about it, and also, instead of just reading everything from the script, I kind of talked a little bit just off the cuff here about my experience with the game as a kid. But I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you like this video, I hope you hit that thumbs down button, because I just think it's funny, because people are just gonna do that anyway, so you might as well just, if you liked it, downvote it too. That way it's all downvotes, you know? Anyways, thank you for watching if you watched, thank you for listening if all you did was listen, and I hope you have a good day.